welcome to week 7 of season 2 of the Aefl, guys. And man, am I happy to be back, as it's the favorite time of the week for me, as I get to do this weekly recap and a little bit of a preview into next week. But nonetheless, guys, we had some very tight scores. A little bit tighter than an 18-year-old Mormon girl out there in Utah. Wait, hey, Tanner, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Can I say that? All right. I guess I can say that. Don't have to worry about being banned. But nonetheless, let's get into the games this week, as I squeaked one out over helmet-to-helmet contact, 82.2 to 81.5. Newton's Law picks up the loss there by 0.1 to Ben, 125.3 to 125.2. Former Child Stars picks up the win over Team Minivan, 120.3 to 113. Liquor in the front, poker in the back loses to Find a Black and Decker, 148.1 to 102.4. Grand Slam Breakfast Squad also picks up another loss there to Old Smuggler, 133.9 to 115.8. And then Paul Baker's Dream Team picks up another big win, 93.8 to 71.9. And just getting into the scores a little bit more, I got extremely lucky in the fact that I should have never even won my game. Tom Brady sucks. Ray Rice finally has a little bit of a game, but the only reason why I won this game is because Will lost both the starting running backs, and Doug Martin and Foster both got hurt. I think Foster got hurt in the first quarter, only getting like a little under 5 points. And then you go to the Ben's game. And Ben, speaking of injuries, you yet again lose another player. I don't know how you managed to get this many injuries on a team, but it's quite impressive at this point. I don't know if you understand fantasy football, but the point of this whole thing is to get as many points as you can, not as many injuries. But nonetheless, you still pick up the 0.1 victory over Yates. Yates got to figure out a roster move or something, a little bit of game planning there with Spiller. What a disappointment he's been. And it's funny, you tell me you need Victor Cruz to get you 10 points to win. He gets you 10 exactly, and you lose by 0.1. Going on to Edwards and Ethan's game. Edwards had big games from RG3, Matt Forte, but in the end it was Barr's team with Tony Romo, Des Bryant, Cameron at tight end. And then you did have big blow to your team where Finley got you 18 points but left the game with a pretty bad concussion, probably out for the rest of the year. Also found it interesting, you took a gamble in benching Richardson, which paid off. He got you 1 point, and the guy you replaced him with got you 4, so plus 3 points there with that move. Trevor's game, of course, I mean, big points for him as always, as Charles goes off, Peyton Manning goes off, Frank Gore, Eric Decker, all got huge points for you. And then you look at Jared's team, I mean, he scored over 100 points, but when are you going to start putting Luck in the starting lineup instead of Eli Manning? Just the whole Giants offensive team has just been disappointing. So why is he still in? Why not go with Andrew Luck at this point? And then you throw in the fact that Andre Johnson is still on the bench for you. I don't understand how you're sitting Andre Johnson in the wide receiver position on the bench. But nonetheless, it's your team, and you're now 2-5. But that's just me. Grand Slam Breakfast Squad there falls to Old Smuggler, as Tanner gets big points as usual from Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. And then Dustin, on the other hand, you had good points from everyone. I mean, your defense and your flex spot was a little low, and you actually would have beat a majority of the teams this week, but you just had a tough matchup in Tanner, as he now moves to 5-2. And then Optimus with 2 people on bye, which, I mean, you're a little bit of a pinch there running back-wise, because you had 3 running backs total on bye. You still pick up the win over Boner, 93.8 to 71.9, where Boner, Cutler gets hurt, and you had Russell Wilson in your lineup who put up... I think if you start Wilson, it's an even closer game. I'm not sure if you'd actually pick up the victory or not. And then you had, but if you do throw in Chris Johnson, who you had on the bench, you're more than likely definitely going to pick up the victory on Brandon there, who had some of his main guys out due to the Saints bye. But nonetheless, Brandon still picks up the win. But now for one of the guys' favorite time of the week, let's get into Trevor Freymeyer's cocksucker of the week.
You cocksucker!
And this week's cocksucker of the week has to go to only one person. I mean, it's a no-brainer this week. You have to give it to Yates. The fact that he loses by 0.1 and he comes over Monday night and tells Tanner and I, yeah, I just need Victor Cruz to get me 10 points and I win the game. And the fact that I think Victor Cruz might have even had 8 points in the first half and only goes on to pick up another 2 in the second half and he gets 10 points exactly, and Yates loses by 0.1. I mean, it's a no-brainer here this week. We got to go with Yates for this week's Trevor Freimeyer's Cocksucker of the Week. Now, going into the games for next week, it looks like I will be taking on Grand Slam Breakfast Squad. I believe we faced off the first week of the year, or of the season. I think I squeaked out a small win. Newton's Law takes on Team Minivan. Helmet to Helmet Contact takes on Former Child Stars. Both teams there are 4-3. Liquor in the Front takes on Raging Boners. Both teams are 2-5. Someone needs to win. Someone needs to get out of the basement of the conference there. And then Find a Black and Decker takes on Paul Baker's Dream Team. And then Glorious Bastards takes on Old Smuggler. Overall, some really good matchups as Helmet to Helmet and Former Child Stars are both 4-3, and Glorious Bastards are 4-3, and Old Smugglers 5-2. And then you got Find the Black and Decker and Paul Baker's Dream Team, with Trevor being 5-2 and Brandon being 4-3. Interesting week. Yeah, I mean, we got some good matchups, and then we also got some bad ones, I guess. Dustin and I are battling for the last place there, both the 3 and 4, as well as Liquor in the Front and the Raging Boners. But nonetheless, guys, as always, I'll talk to you later. But you know what? It's time for that classy sign-off. Fuck you.